In November of 1489, a couple of months before the year, Margaret Tudor was born. So Henry has a new baby. Things are relatively peaceful. Perkin Warbeck is kind of bubbling around, getting ready to cause trouble. He's off in Europe. So things are relatively calm. So I found a letter written from Henry VII to the Pope in June of 1490. Now he's writing it on behalf of his mother, Margaret Beaufort. And what he's saying is that she has requested, she's decided where she wants her sepulchre to be, and she would like some indulgences there. Now, an indulgence in the Catholic faith at that time was when you could buy something like a slip of paper or an item like a cross that gave you a bit of temporary relief from purgatory. And this is one of the issues that came up in the Reformation, that you could kind of buy your way out of purgatory. But she wants some apostolic indulgences for her chapel, which means the things that have been kind of blessed specifically by the Pope. Got her chapel, which is having lots of work done to it, and she's asked Henry, will you ask the Pope for me if I can have these indulgences for my chapel? And I just think there's something really endearing about that Henry has written to the Pope saying, my mum would quite like this. Is that all right? Can you let her have it? And at the end of the letter, he writes, we pray that you will accede to her desire and her holy project, because she doesn't just want them for herself, she wants them for all the other souls of people that people will be praying to when they're in her chapel. So with Margaret Beaufort in mind, I thought I'd just use this as a chance to just give you a little bit of background on Margaret and her son Henry. Margaret Beaufort was an incredible woman. By the time she was 13, she was a mother and a widow. So she got married to Edmund Tudor at age 12. By the time she was 13, she was pregnant. And by the time she was 6 months pregnant, he had died. And so fast forward, she is important in getting Henry married to Elizabeth of York. And she is his closest, potentially, and maybe even most influential advisor for his whole life. They remained really close for his whole life, and there's something really sweet about this little letter, and maybe I'm reading too much into it. So 1490, not a huge amount happening, I'm afraid, but things are happening in the background that will come to light in a future date. So maybe take this as an opportunity to go back and have a look at my videos on Margaret Beaufort, because she was a wonder, and I think Henry VII knew that.